Hey y'all, Faith Kelly and Caswyn Moon here, and well, we got sick.
Ooh,
I'm
still alive.
We're still alive though, but we got really quite actually
In
sick.
my opinion, man, Pearl Jam was the best fucking grunge band in the area.
In the area?
For that time. But if I had to choose, like,
what area would that be?
if I had to choose like my favorite band of that time, it'd have to be Pearl Jam. Not Nirvana, not Soundgarden, not Alice in Chains. I just think that Pearl Jam was one of the best bands of that era.
Yeah.
No, anyway,
I can agree. I wasn't. Well, I was kind of there for it, but I wish I was more there for it. I wish I could have attended some of these shows.
I mean, you can't have Mother Love Bone because Andrew Wood died, so Pearl Jam was like the next best thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hell yeah. I've listened, Pearl Jam's a good, like, wintertime kind of music to listen to, too. It's like you're dreaming of those sunny days.
I was a big fan of Mother Love Bone. Crown of Thorns, still one of the best fucking songs ever.
Yeah.
Chloe Dancer, I fucking love that song, man. They had a lot of good songs, but that song was very, very cool.
So yeah, y'all, Caswyn Moon and I, we had like this whole crescendo of videos last weekend. Was it last weekend? It might have been like 2 weekends ago now. It's been like 10 days since we posted a video. We never ended up going to New Paltz. We never ended up going to open mic. We never ended up going to Saugerties.
Nope, I just ended up puking to high heaven and fucking living on the couch for 2 weeks.
I'll spare you some of my gross details. But we're slowly coming back to life. We're not 100% yet, but we're on our way there.
There's nothing like driving down the road with a garbage can in your lap with a Mike Watt song stuck in your head.
Which Mike Watt song?
I puked to high heaven. I puked to high heaven.
Is that
what? High heaven.
You gotta understand, there was one of these days.
It's off.
There was one of these days that I was feeling terrible, and he was like, "I'm gonna take care of you now, because if you don't forget that back in January he had tonsillitis and I was doing okay, so I made a few videos without him."
I've realized that in my life there's a Mike Watt song for every occasion. I mean, it's not always a Mike Watt song. Sometimes a Minutemen song, but like nine out of 10 times,
it's in the family.
9 out of 10 times, there's like a Mike Watt song for every weird situation in my
life. I had
life.
Waiting Room stuck in my head quite a few times.
I'm cruising home from Callicoon the other day, and Mike Watt and the Second Men are running through my head, and I'm like, oh God, I just got to get home. I peeped to high heaven.
Well, thanks for getting me the kefir.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, we'll just be, we try to be pretty transparent with y'all, and no matter what we're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Watt, for writing a soundtrack to my life.
Oh my God. But in all transparency, last Tuesday we were all geared up to go play the show at Snugs, and we were so excited. And we were just like, man, I'm not feeling good, and we were trying to shake it, and we couldn't shake it. And that's the thing. And what we want to talk about in this video, one of the things, because there's also good things to talk about too. Don't just try to shake it. Don't try to shake it. If you're feeling sick, don't shake it and still go to the show. Don't go to open mic if you're trying to shake it.
Dude. Just stay home. I know it's tough. I know that sometimes
you just want to go play music. I get it.
Like, and I know, man, your boss is a dick. Your boss is like, well, hey, if you can't come in, you got to find your own coverage. Bullshit, dude. That's why they're your manager. That's why they get $100,000 a year in bonuses to cover your ass when you get sick.
Yeah.
So if your boss ever wants to lay that bullshit on you about like, oh no, you got to come in or you got to find coverage, tell them to go fuck themselves. Call the Better Business Bureau and get a new fucking job.
Yeah. That's especially because then you know what happens. Other people get sick, and then no one's showing up.
And
if
you're a manager and you're that kind of cocksucker that would make your employees come in when they're sick, you can go fuck yourself anyway.
Yeah.
Excuse my English.
Well, and look, I get like sometimes it's if you're working, it's not always possible, but it's typically possible to find a way. But it's always possible to not go to an open mic where everyone's singing into the same mic. This is why I always BYOM. I always bring my own mic. But sometimes you can't escape it. You're in bar, you're in closed quarters, people are close talking you. You can always avoid going to the bar if you're sick. Unless you're a bartender. Then you call out.
Just stay the fuck home.
But it's you know, if you're trying to be like, oh, I can shake it, you know, it's not that bad. I just have when
well, and Brother Rich, he brought something to my attention the other day on Facebook, you know, and there are circumstances where you just can't stay home.
Mhm.
You know, sometimes
it's never going to open
yeah,
mic, though.
sometimes Rich Janoff, he brought something to my attention. You know, sometimes there's
he's
points,
a great musician too.
Yeah, he's a good guy too. There's just a time sometimes when you just can't freaking stay home. But open mic ain't one of those times.
Mm-mm.
You know what I
mean? Going to
uh,
a show. If you and it's like I know it's a bummer. Maybe you spent money on the ticket.
You know, if you got a family to feed and they say no way you could take a day off, well, then I guess, you know, you live the life you chose.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, don't, you know, just all the fancy, neat little things. You can go sing your little songs at people and things like that when you're feeling better. But, you know.
I'll say one thing, man. I don't miss like quarantine or COVID times. Damn, can you imagine that was 5 years ago now? That shit started.
Man, I just hate those companies that make you go to work when you're sick.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck do they think they are anyway? You know what? Oh, it's bad enough that you barely make enough to survive anyway.
Evil man has got the dollar dangling over my head.
It's bad enough they pay you slave wages and treat you like shit, but then they make you come in when you're sick.
Yeah.
You know, any manager out there or any company out there that makes their employees go to work when they're sick, fuck you. Seriously.
Oh my God. Yeah. So last Tuesday we're like, oh, maybe we could shake it, and it was Kaz who was like, dude, we can't drive to New Paltz. It was a 10 to 2 a.m. kind of show. We're about 2 hours from New Paltz. We would have gotten home at 5 in the morning, which is really fun when you're feeling great, you know. But we ended up going to urgent care. Shout out to UHS in Walton. You guys are just freaking awesome.
Dr. Love.
And they were like, yo, you guys basically have pneumonia and
flu A.
Well, we didn't know it was flu A till the other day.
And this. And
which
that.
Every time I think of flu A, I think of kid A. So
everyone around.
You could try the best you can. Try the best you can. It's not good enough. So just out, you know, like we're gonna spare the details, but I do mostly want, now that we got our ranting out of the way, because
I had a rant, man.
Well, and this is important stuff. It's like
I just, you know, I'm tired of these shit companies, man, treating employees like garbage.
Well, and
especially in the holiday season.
Here's the deal: they even gave me. I wonder if I have it in here. They gave me a doctor's note, and I was kind of like, I don't really need a doctor's note because I'm a musician, but at the end of the day, we didn't go to our gigs. I don't want to get you guys sick. You guys don't want what we had. It was a really. I have never been that sick in my life,
No,
and
I love my crew, my community too much to have them feel like I fucking felt the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost a lot of money. You know, Rich Janoff is right, dude. We lost a lot of dough the last couple weeks, man.
It's scary.
Had to cancel a lot of shows. Had to do a lot of things, but I'm not going to go out there and get everybody else sick that I know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to stay the fuck home until I feel better.
Mm-hmm. So basically, and with that, you know, I mean, this has been, we're not gonna lie, this has been a shit winter for a couple of wanderers, man.
I mean, fiscally, we've lost a lot of money this winter.
Yeah, I mean, between the Florida tour and then...
But it's the shit that happens, man. Sometimes life is like that, you know?
Well, and here's the thing about being a DIY musician is that there's no sick days, there's no workers' comp, there's no
unemployment.
There's nothing. So it's just reaching into what we stockpiled in the summer and what... So, and I'm not complaining about that. I totally love what we do, but that's the reality of it.
Well, you know, it's like Brother Rich, when he made that comment the other day, it reminded me of something too, that not a lot of people are lucky enough to have even the tiniest bit of savings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some people out there that have, you know, negative $100 in their checking account. So when they miss a day of work, it's that hits hard, man, and it shouldn't be like that. Like we live
paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, there's no reason that,
or gig to gig, and we usually do live gig to gig, so it's been. I mean, honestly, there's been not really no appetite to need to, you know, but still, it's.
Well, that's the kind of shit that pisses me off, though. I mean, here we are, we live in this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you got people who can't afford to take 2 days off when they're sick, knowing full well that most of the time you need a good solid 4 days at least.
I mean, and I'm not going to lie, they gave me a 4-day thing, and man, I mean, between the antibiotics, that just totally ruined me. It's 4 days wasn't even enough. Like you needed sometimes a good solid week. This flu A thing that's going around,
No joke,
for
dude.
some of you who maybe have seen my Instagram stories, I was in the emergency room just the other day from adverse effects to my antibiotics.
31 healthy people in the emergency room the other day with flu A.
And so they're saying that this year it's just this flu is just cracking down on young healthy people. And I'd never get sick, man. Y'all know me. I pop my garlic. I eat healthy. I do my workouts. You know it was bad when I was not going for a jog and I wasn't doing my M body every day and I couldn't get off the couch. So I broke my streak, broke my workout streak. But that's okay because you need to take care of yourself. And I tell myself I trained for that moment. I trained all that workout. I trained to be sick and taking care of myself right now. But it's a real thing and it can happen and it can get you. And I realized this week I'm not bulletproof, you know. I got, you know, like, and I've had COVID several times over the past few years, and this had for me personally, this had no match on COVID. What the heck, we were dealing with. So I hope that everyone out there is very healthy and is doing well and is cozy and comfortable and doesn't have what we had. I hope I hope it just stopped with that.
I'd like to thank Andrew and Ellie and Richard.
Yeah, they came up yesterday, brought us some soup and yogurt.
It was really, really sweet. Andrew came bringing up some chicken soup. And then a few hours later, Richard and Ellie came up and brought some lentils and some kefir. And
yeah, because that's the thing, man. Those probiotics are the only thing that
gave us some company, which it's funny, man. I'm really starting to miss my friends, man. You know,
it made me feel human again seeing y'all. And it made us also. It was a soul charge, you know, because it's you get sick and you get into like sick head. You know what I mean? You start going into like, oh my god, like.
I didn't think I was gonna. I mean, I'm feeling better today for the first time in a couple of weeks.
We've been wanting to make this video for a few days, and it's just been.
But I was just. I don't know, man. You know, you get down, especially when you're not people that get sick a lot. You know, and then you finally get walloped.
Richard was like, "You guys are usually in Florida this time of year, maybe," and I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I guess you're right, but." Excuse me. So with that, also just thank you so much to everyone who did reach out, even virtually, because those are our local friends. They have the ability to travel. I mean, it's kind of shitty weather out too. Thank you so much to Greg, Eamon, and Sarah, and everyone at the Dale for just making that open mic go on last minute.
Get Greg your butts out there tomorrow too.
Greg even played a set at Snugs.
Greggy's going to be hosting tomorrow night, right?
Yeah. So. Tomorrow night is the last day that the doctor told us to bed rest minimum. And so tomorrow we won't be there, but I'm hoping we're going to be there next week. Just no more sickness. It's
going to be a special open mic hosted by Greg Castro to bring some awareness to some things that are going on in the area. So if you get a chance to get out there tomorrow on that icy Thursday night.
Yeah. And if you're watching, I've been posting a lot to my story on Faith Kelly Art Instagram. And the Dale is as well. But basically, there's a water crisis happening out in Mountain Dale, and water equals life.
That shit's real, man.
If there's no water, there's no pizza, there's no open mic, there's no bad grandma, there's no creek bar, there's no nothing.
There's no farms.
Business is done. Yeah, there's no farms.
You can't water the crops with no water. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So basically, our friend Brett Buddy is putting together a benefit tomorrow at the Dale, and you can donate from wherever you're at. Maybe I can screenshot some information here.
But I think even after tomorrow, I think we're probably going to dedicate Thursdays to some awareness about the area, things that are going on in the area,
and how you can help.
So if you want to come on out on any Thursday night, or you want to get a hold of Brett or anybody else and find out what the gist is and how you can help.
Well, basically, from what I'm understanding, is that they're raising funds tomorrow night specifically to get what we need together to make postcards, which is printing and postcards and supplies, so we can have, maybe that can be an open mic, is when we all come together and make these postcards to send to, I think it's the town of Hurleyville, or I forget exactly which township or whatever, because we live in a different county.
You know, Brett's right. There's probably a lot of residents in the area that have no idea that this is even going on.
And their wells are drying out. And like personal wells are drying out in the Catskills in Sullivan County. And this is really bad news, because from what I hear, is that they want less codes, is what the township wants. But the people want more codes, because you cannot keep having this much water be taken from the area. There's only a certain amount of people that can live on a plot of land, because there's only a certain amount of people that the land can hold, so that we can live and drink water peacefully in this beautiful spot. So we will be probably talking about that a little bit in the upcoming videos, especially surrounding the Dale open mics. And if you want more information, go check out the Buddy Farm Instagram page, or Brett's Instagram, Sarah's page on the Dale Pizza. It's just a really big... Ooh, we got some groceries. It's a really big issue. Ooh, it's a really big issue that definitely affects us all.
I'll pause it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. It was getting cold in the van, so we moved inside. But here's Kika, our little ungrateful cat, who's been not very helpful while we've been sick. But
she just wanted us to crawl out into the woods and die.
Look, now she's trying to. Oh, did you want to say hi to everybody?
Go.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for that, Kika. Yeah, that's been...
That's our cat.
Yeah, that's the cat, man. So we just wanted to pop back in here. So yeah, basically that's what's going on at the Dale. If you're around tomorrow on Thursday, definitely go show up and support. We won't be. That's our last night that we're supposed to be resting. Friday is supposed to be our technical first gig of the year at Derailed Tap House in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
We will see.
Like we said, the doctor said that we're not contagious, but we are still recovering, because, I mean, guys, it kicked our ass. So we're hoping to make it to that show. I really would like to rock, but we're going to see how we feel tomorrow, and then reach out to the venue. So fingers crossed. But yeah, man, so that's basically an update on us. I will let you know we have been slowly getting back
to any venue people out there that need some music. We're going to have to do a little catch up. So
yeah, we are
booking.
We're booking. And heck, I'll take an odd job at this point, man. Another thing is, we are still booking this 6-week tour. I think we're going to keep it the Still Alive tour, because I feel like we earned it by now.
Yeah.
Because
we're both unemployable, so it's like there's no either we rock or get jobs, because no one's gonna hire us anyway.
Well, that's the thing. What are you gonna say? Like, yeah, I'll work really hard for 1 month.
Yeah. What's your background? Oh,
for 2 days a week.
Rock and roll, and I could play some guitar. I know.
I was a personal trainer 10 years ago.
I can. I'm pretty good at fishing.
I got a cat.
I could run a boat. If you need a boat guy, I could run a boat pretty good.
Oh, we did do Instacart once this week, because we had to. We needed Kiefer real bad, and I thought, maybe I'll do a little bit of that.
I would love. You know what I could do for like a job? I could work in the woods. Like if I could get a job like working in the woods.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Something with gardening.
Yeah.
I thought about teaching workout again, but I can't. Marty does it best. I just recommend everyone to go to Embody online and go work out with her. So we do have this 6-week tour coming up. I
couldn't work at like a Starbucks or something like that, but I could definitely spend some time in the woods if you ever needed.
I mean, I could do it, but I don't know how well I'd do. Yeah. Again, I mean, I did do Starbucks.
I'd be a good house sitter too. I'm a very responsible guy.
Yes, this is true.
But I love cats. I feed your cat for you.
But what we could do is we can also keep focusing on this dang YouTube channel. Last week we had the 500 subscriber celebration,
Yeah.
and we're still climbing.
We're
And
like 530 now or something.
I think 514.
514.
But the cool thing is that our watch hours are going up, and once we hit 4,000 and then 1,000 subscribers, as you know, anyone who is trying to on the same similar YouTube journey, then we can start
If
monetizing.
all of our friends just put it on mute and let it run in the background all night while they slept,
At least for one time,
we
yeah.
hit it.
That's why I put those big long videos up. So if you want to watch one of our 8-hour videos, it helps, man. I know it sounds silly, but if you're watching this, please subscribe. It feels silly saying it.
It helped us to not live in a box. You know?
Well, we want to keep this house, but we also want to keep the show on the road. Like just this week, we had people reach out from Idaho and from Washington, and we'd really love to get out there and play. That would be another month-long tour near the end of the summer, and so we are definitely doing the 6-week tour back out to Bisbee, back to Florida, Texas. We booked a really cool place in Alpine, Texas. I'll tell you more about that tour and all that in the next video.
I don't want to have to fight my cat for the same food.
Well, we really want to keep this on the road, and there.
She didn't like that.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you so stacked right now? Look at her.
What? I wish I got that burp on camera.
Man, she's so stacked.
Because
right
she's just been kind of moody.
She's like,
oh, sorry, Kika. Kika. Oh, look at that cat. So, but I'm going to put it out there. We will need some help from the other side. The rock gods, we pray that they come through for us, that we keep this going. We have the joke that this tour is also the go big or get a job tour. We're hoping we do the go big. We have some really fun places we're going back to and places that are new to us. And if you want to help support, there's multiple ways that you can do so.
You know, man, I look at people like our buddy Vince, who's just like fucking master of his craft, man.
Yeah.
You know, I see these guys like Mike Baker and like Vince, and they just like do these super amazing things, man. They could just like build these houses.
But you can drive across country.
I could drive across. I'm a good driver, man.
And I'm sure they can too, actually. I'm sure they can too, but...
If you need a tour bus driver or something like that, like, I'd be your guy. You know, I
need a tour bus driver.
Yeah. But like, you know, I wish that I had spent more time in my youth listening to like my father and learning something like Mike Baker and Vince do, because those guys are amazing, man. You want to see some cool shit? Go on their Facebook and see what they do every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty badass.
I'm heating up that chicken noodle soup that Andrew brought over yesterday. It smells
really good.
So I do want to wrap this up, but basically, if you're interested in helping keep our show on the road, especially if you're still watching, I assume that you are. There's several ways you can do it. Number one, just hitting the subscribe button, liking the videos, commenting. I don't know, maybe on this video, comment one of your favorite music venues that you've ever seen a show at. One of the weirdest venues, whether it's still around or not, because we like the stories of the legendary venues that are no longer with us. But just, you know, being on here, it would be really cool if we could get this channel to where it needs to be. But also, we do have our Patreon account, the Couple of Wanderers Patreon, where we post live shows there, some deep cuts. The more people who are on there, the more active we'll be over there. So we'd love to be doing some more videos over there. It's pretty small at this point, but if you want to sponsor us a gallon of gas or a few, thank you again, Douglas, our latest patron member, for being there with us. We can't wait to see you in Minot. And we really want to figure out how to get out there. That would be in our second trip this year. And then people ask me if I'm going to Side Pony in November. That's the thing. These trips, they take a lot. And we got to keep our little van running. She's at 250,000 miles an hour. Wow. 250,000 miles an hour. She does not go that fast. She goes like 80 miles an hour at most. But she's got a lot of miles on her. So we just want to figure out how to keep this going. And then lastly,
Yo, Andrew.
The soup.
Look at that.
Oh.
Thank you, Andrew, for this beautiful, delicious bowl of soup.
Oh, that looks good.
I just tasted it. It's freaking amazing.
All right, so I want to finish this up while that cools down. Another thing that you can do if you're interested in supporting the tours and the journey, especially this upcoming tour, we're really working hard on it now. There is if you go to faithkelly.com and you find the support the journey blip, it tells you all about what we do. And if you watch those previous videos about how we used to do things, the Indiegogos, and you can buy us a meal and we do a food review or whatever, you can always pitch in for a hotel room or a truck stop shower or a meal, and it all goes onto a list, and then we toast videos specifically to you right here on our YouTube. And then also, if you do a minimum $100 donation,
we'll talk about your business. We'll talk about anything.
I'll show you. But we love talking about local businesses and all that.
Entrepreneurs.
But we do have here. Well, I'll show you in a second. Gotta take this really wonderful Cena Farm Brewery, which we're gonna get back up there too this year.
What's up, Jared?
What's
up, Thomas?
Ortikio, the cat.
Ortikio.
Oh man, guys,
Dude,
follow
Ortikio,
Cena Farm and watch these videos of his snow cats.
If anybody can catch a snowball, it's Ortikio, man.
Yeah, you hear that, Kika? She
doesn't care. She hates the snow.
But if you do a minimum of $100 donation, we put your logo on the back of the shirt. And on our posters, especially if we get it before we get everything printed. But those contributions mean a lot. And excuse me, there's also people on the back of our shirts who just kind of keep us in business and who support us, like the Dale,
and
where
Sarah, Cassie got us that job at the brewery doing open mic.
Which
thank you, Cassie,
the brewery. Oh my God, what is that? That's not next Monday. It's the Monday after. Yeah. Okay, so we got to be on the mend for that. So with that, guys, thank you for watching these videos and being here with us. And we hope that you're doing well. We're on the mend. And hopefully we'll be in Stroudsburg on Friday. We shall see. I can't promise today, but tomorrow we'll know. And just one last thing, because I've been rambling a lot and ranting a lot. Thank you to everyone who reached out the other week. It was literally on Monday. I had an ER trip because I was dehydrated from the antibiotics. Thank you so much. There was a lot of people who reached out, and that means a lot. Just your well wishes. They're working, and thank you. We will be back out there rocking with you soon. Anyways, y'all, we love y'all. We're gonna eat this soup that Andrew gave us.
It smells really good, Andrew.
It smells so good.
I just tasted it. It's on the mark.
And we're gonna nourish our bodies a little bit, and our souls.
That lentil soup.
The lentil soup. Well, I might have some of that, more of that later, that Richard made us.
So good, man.
Well, we gotta make some. You know what? This is how we'll leave off on the video.
Culinarily artistic friends.
Yeah.
Culinarily.
Culinaro.
We have some culinarily creative friends.
Mm. Well, and here's the thing is, Richard's right, Caswyn. We got to start eating more fresh.
Well,
like, when we're on the road, we eat very healthy. We do our boiled eggs.
When Richard Travis drops the knowledge, and he makes it, he reminded me yesterday how easy it is to eat healthy. 1 onion, 1 potato, a little tomato paste, some lentils, and a fucking stovetop.
Mm-hmm.
A couple carrots.
Oh, yeah, the carrots.
He's like, when he drops it down like that, it's like, wow, man, it's really super, super simple to cook good, nutritious.
We
healthy,
started
food.
taking the quick way out on some of our meals at home, and we got to remember food is medicine. So
RTSS dropping the knowledge.
So if you got any good healthy recipes, why don't you drop them in the comments below? What's your favorite healthy thing to eat, especially in the winter?
Yeah, maybe we'll try cooking it.
Yo, you know what? That might be a fun video. Yeah. We can try to make some of our viewers recipes. So if you're watching, drop that comment. Anyways, guys, we're gonna eat this. We love y'all. Please go to the Dale tomorrow if you can. If not, check out the information on the benefit, and we will see you on the next one. Anyways, probably in Stroudsburg. Hopefully in Stroudsburg. I want to do high kicks and rock out so bad. Not making music, man, really hurts my soul. Anyways, we love y'all, and we hope that you're doing well.